What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video. And by the way, folks, my apologies for the first one. I think I figured it out. Sorry for the echo, but this one should be much better. So this is a take two. Let's do a take two. You can figure about that other video. Hopefully this sound quality will sound a lot better. Well, anyway, what is up? It's your boy Doody. It's Saturday, and he's messing with audio equipment on his PC. Anyway, what are you gonna do? Yes, we are taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after our yearly foray into Call of Duty. That's right, one of Duty's favorite times of the year. The yearly franchise of Call of Duty. A new version comes out, but sadly, Phil's skills are still terrible, and he's a horrible FPS player. That's right, and I love watching him play the game for at least the first 4 or 5 times. And then, of course, after that, it gets quite annoying because he sucks and he has no skill whatsoever. But, of course, it's lovely watching him cope and seethe and complain about support. And the man did not disappoint. That's right. We got 2 streams of salt-filled rage from Pig Roach. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 14th of November, 2025, also known as Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launch day, here on DSP Gaming. Now, I'm going to move fast because I stayed extra late tonight. Here's what happened today. No podcast. I jumped right into Call of Duty. Okay? Played it all day here on my mouse and keyboard with headphones on, which I almost never do, but for Call of Duty, I feel like it's warranted. I will say this. The game ran very well on my setup here, actually. I would say that it was actually quite gorgeous how well it ran. I did 1080p, 120 hertz, ultra settings, so the game looked great, and basically it didn't have any frame drops or any kind of technical issues at all, okay, which is excellent. There didn't appear to be any input lag. It seemed like everything was responsive and good. All right, now, today, the main focus of me playing this game on launch day was as follows. By the way, if you wonder why is my hair flat, it's because I had headphones on all day. My hair is all squished. The goal was to unlock as much as I possibly could, starting at level 0. By the end of the night, I was past level 30. Okay, so for one day, about 5 hours of gameplay, I think that was pretty good progress. But admittedly, I wish I had done better, or maybe I wish I had done it a different way, because allow me to explain. I did a variety. What I mean is I started with an assault rifle. Then I went to an SMG. Then I went to sniper rifle, right? Then I went to another thing and another thing. And then, oh, I unlocked a new SMG. Let me try that. Okay. Then I tried the shotgun. And because I did that, there was a good variety of gameplay. And people actually said, that's fun. It's fun to see you do variety. We like that. Problem is, I didn't really unlock too much for any particular gun. And I don't feel like I really used any guns at all to their full capacity. So here's a perfect example of that. I unlocked 4 different assault rifles today. Not a single one of them has a scope. So I can't zoom in for even mid-range firing. I can only do close range, basically. So anytime I got into a firefight today that was long range, dead. Anytime that, someone was playing all day with their same weapon, they had all the attachments, I never did that. So I do feel like I kind of shot myself in the foot in that regard, that maybe I would have done, the performance would have been better if I had focused on 1 or 2 weapons and just played them all day. But that's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a lot unlocked so that when I keep playing this, things will keep progressing smoothly, you see? If I had only focused on 1 or 2 guns, I would only have an assault rifle unlocked, and then let's say I wanted to do a melee class or a shotgun class. Now I'm starting from scratch. So here's the thing. I didn't do well today at all. My kill-death ratio is awful.
Yes, that is probably the only thing that he said was correct. He was terrible. He was, and I can concur. So yeah, folks, here we are again, the yearly shit show that is Call of Duty and DSP attempt to try to be good, and he's just not good. I'll tell you exactly what he tries to do. What he tries to do is he's a scrub, right? So what he's trying to do is he's trying to level up as quickly as possible and trying to find one of the metal guns. That's what he's doing. That's why he's playing with a whole bunch of guns. The other thing too is he's doing is that he does know he sucks. So if he focuses just solely on one gun and one build, then he really doesn't have the complaint, or he doesn't have the excuse to say, well, look, guys, the reason why I suck is because I keep switching my guns and my build because I'm trying to build multiple loadouts. That's not how you do it, Phil. I'm sorry. You're supposed to focus really on one gun, level it up, Maybe 2 max. Typically what I like to do is I have a sniper loadout and I have an assault rifle loadout, and I focus on those 2 things until I can max them out. Okay. The other thing that you like to do is focus on daily challenges. For some odd reason, daily challenges are fine, but trust me, if you just ignore them and play the game and level up, that's the way to go. Okay, daily challenges are just not worth it. You don't get that much experience, and it's just not worth it. And the fact that you're such a scrub and you take so long to level up, it just makes it unbearable. All you really have to do, Phil, to level up is you could do one of 2 things: just play the game, 1, or 2, go play zombies. Tons of people do that shit. Tons of people go play zombies so that they can level up, because in zombies you can level up per match. You can level up between like 4 to 10 levels if you're pretty good. So if you do 4 or 5 matches, and yes, zombies is kind of long, but you do 4 or 5 matches of zombies, you can level up pretty quickly, Phil. Okay, but it really doesn't matter. It's not just simply that, man. It's a skill issue. You're 43 years old. Your react time is terrible. You're not playing on monitors. Your screen is like 10 feet away. So when you sit there and you complain about, I can't shoot anyone because by the time I get ready to aim and shoot, I'm already dead. Yes, that's because the distance from your TV to where you're currently at, that takes time. Phil, light isn't infinite, brother. Light has a speed, okay? And the couple that with your reflexes, your age and all that, you're always going to be just a little bit slower. That's the reason why when most people play FPS games, they try to look for every single advantage. And you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. You really are. You're playing the game stupidly, and you're playing on a monitor, and it's just way too far from you. You're blind as it is. You can't even look at your monitor when you're looking at tips or chat or whatever. So what makes you think you're going to watch a 35-inch screen from 10 feet away? It's just stupid. But again, Phil puts up all these barriers so that he can have an excuse for why he sucks. Because even if he had the optimal setting, he would still suck because he's Phil and he just sucks. Okay, the next portion here I'm going to call the airing of grievances, because of course, what's a Call of Duty playthrough without Phil bitching and complaining about something? And yes, let's hear him air some grievances, and then I like to get into what I coin the scrub credo. That's right, and Phil is definitely the pinnacle example of what I like to title the Scrubs Credo.
I think it's like a 0.5 or 0.2. I'm serious. I think I did that bad today. I very rarely did I do good or have a positive kill death ratio. In fact, I'll say this: the only gun where I actually did well with was the shotgun, and it wasn't the base shotgun. It was the one that's the 2-shot, and the 2 shots, if you combo them together, basically kill anyone. I actually had a good time with that. I played with it for about maybe 45 minutes on the late stream. And I actually did well. People were excited. They were like, wow, Phil, you're kicking ass. I was like, yeah, I like this gun a lot.
Yeah, nobody
But outside
said
of that 2-shot shotgun, nothing else really did it for me. My major complaint is a few things. Number one, this particular Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has old maps. It has maps like Raid, Hijack, okay? Here's the problem with that. When you're playing on the old maps, it doesn't feel like you're playing on the old maps. Like for Raid, for example. Why? When you used to play Raid in the old Call of Duty Black Ops games, you basically could get yourself set up. Oh, here's a nice vantage point. And you get set up in a window, and you could sit there, and you could cover your angles. You
so
could
you
see
can't
a whole
camp.
courtyard.
Phil's
Fire on
upset because
people,
you
get to
can't
cover,
camp.
recover, pop back out again. You literally can't do that in Black Ops 7. Why? Because the spawning system is different now. The spawning system now is if you get into a firefight with someone here, immediately people are spawning to your left and behind you. So the moment that you engage with anyone, if you're trying to do something from a distance, already people are setting up that you cannot get a kill streak. You get 1-2 kills, you're dead. Similarly, today I swear every time I got into a firefight, it was always against multiple people. Almost never did I have a one-on-one encounter with someone. And it's like, what is it with that? Like, it didn't used to be like that. It used to be all the time in Call of Duty, you'd have those encounters and you could win the firefight. Oh, that's good. I won the one-on-one duel. I recover, get my health back, now on to the next. No, it was like, you kill one, here's another, here's another, here's another, here's another. So you could never actually get a good kill streak. And just to confirm this, because you might say, well, it's because you suck. No.
Yes,
today,
you do
the
suck.
only kill streak I saw was the dog. That's it. There were no other high-end kill streaks. There was never a chopper. There was never any airstrikes, nothing. No one ever got it. It was just people would get 1 or 2 kills, immediately murdered. There was no way to actually get a kill streak. That's so different. And when you're playing on the classic maps and it's played so differently, it actually isn't fun. Because I wish I was playing the old games. I wish I was playing Black Ops 2, where I could play those maps and actually have fun with kill streaks and set myself up, and through skill, I could survive for a long time. You just can't do it anymore. I don't know what they were thinking, changing the way that the game plays, like the core aspect of the game. Just because you have the old map, all it has done, it exposes that the current Call of Duty is far worse than the old ones. Because the old ones, they were fun to play. This isn't. When you're on those maps, you're actually frustrated it's not as good as the old days. I'm just saying, okay? So that was one of my problems with the game. Another problem with the game, just abundant, was I just couldn't get anyone to die. And you might say, well, were you shooting them? Yes. Perfect example. Someone jumps this way, hit them 3 times while they're in the air. They bounce off the wall, they bounce this way. Hit them 3 more times when they're in the air. They have this much health, 1 shot on me, instant death. And that was the story of the entire night. It was either I fill someone with bullets, even people I get the drop on, I fill them with bullets. And then they turn on me after already having absorbed 8 bullets, which they should be dead. They're not. And they just go, oh, dead instantly. Every time. So is it that these players all have aim assist and I don't? Is it that they all have better connections than I? I'm confused. I really am. Like, I don't understand what I was doing wrong. I would love, there was probably 30, 40 different situations today over the course of the day that I, dead to rights, had someone dead, but they refused to die, and then they barely shot at me, and I died right away. The other problem, and this happened all day too, if I get hit by 1 bullet, I'm dead. And what I mean by that is, even if the first bullet doesn't kill me, I have no opportunity to get behind cover, to run around a corner, to get out of the way, to even stim. I'm just dead. If 1 bullet hits me, I am guaranteed I'm going down and I'm dying. The only way to survive is to actually get the drop on someone and just start firing early. I can't kill anyone in a straight up fight. I will die. Why? Again, this is not like previous Call of Duties in that way. In previous Call of Duties, yeah, you get into a firefight, but as long as you're more accurate, you'd win and you could survive. Not in this one. It's like you're guaranteed to die no matter what. Someone got you and you took a bullet, you're going to die. You can't even run away. You're dead. I don't get it. So, assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, and what was the other one? I forget. There's 4 kinds of guns that I primarily used. Couldn't do shit with any of them. I'm serious. The only gun that I could do well with today was the shotgun. You'll watch, I think it's part 4. You'll see me using the shotgun and actually doing well and having a great time. I was saying to everyone, wow, this is so much fun. And then immediately...
All right, I let him speak, and I just, my ears are starting to bleed. Okay, so this is what I title the airing of grievances on DSP. The every time he plays a new game where he sucks, he has to have a session where he has grievances, right? Good God. All right, now this specific segment here is what I like to title, or I coin, the Scrubs Credo, right? People like Phil, or the epitome of what I call the Scrub, the Scrubs, the person that follows the Scrub Credo. And the Scrub Credo is essentially someone who isn't good, that has no skill, that looks for every excuse for why they suck, and they just can't admit that they just are not good. It's okay, Phil. It's okay to admit that you're not a good gamer. We have nearly 18 years of you playing video games where you're just not a good gamer, man. And it's okay. There's no shame in saying that you're an average gamer. But no, you can't do that. You have to sit there and come up with excuses and play. It's ridiculous. Like he's literally saying that he's upset because Call of Duty pumped out a new game and they changed it. You would sit there and complain if they didn't change it. You would say, oh, look at these greedy bastards. They pump out the same old shit. They don't change anything and they expect $80 for it. Wouldn't you do that as well, Phil? So again, I don't take your criticisms to heart when it comes to that. The other thing too is you're upset because you can't camp. Really, Phil? You're upset because you can't camp. Call of Duty isn't a camping game, brother. It just isn't. And if you camp all day long, you're a scrub. Okay? What's your other complaint? Oh, you fill people with bullets, they don't die, they shoot you once and that's nonsense. That didn't happen. I have nearly 40 minutes, 2 clips, 20 minutes and 20 minutes of you playing the game, and that did not happen in any instance, brother. The only time it would happen is if a sniper got you and they hit you right in your head. That was the only time that would happen. But if it was an assault rifle versus an assault rifle or shotgun, you would just lose because you're too slow. Okay? Maybe you might want to look at why you're so slow. Again, you're 43 years old. You suck at games. You're playing on a TV that's nearly 10 feet away from you. Your vision is shit, right? You're not going to be good. I mean, more than likely, it's not the fact that the FPS or the or there's lag or whatever is occurring in the game. It's probably your eyesight. Your eyesight is probably so fucked and your react time is so fucked that you're not going to get the beat on someone. You're not going to beat some 20-year-old that has reflexes of a cat or a 14-year-old. You're just not. And you just need to accept it. And the other fact too, simply that just because you have one loadout, you simply have one loadout, Phil, and you're playing the map the same way, regardless of what the map is. Smaller maps, you play the same way as you play larger maps. You know, mosh pit maps, you play the same way as... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The other thing I noticed you don't do is you don't even fucking play the objectives. You were playing hardpoint and you were just running off away from your teammates. Like, you're just terrible. You're just a bad gamer, man. But again, Phil wants to sit here and recite the Scrubs Credo and tell you why he's not the problem. The problem is the game. No. Look, I have my grievances with Call of Duty as well. I'm not a fan of the cartoony Call of Duties like this one. I tend to like the more modern one or the World War II settings. Those are the two FPS that I like, that I enjoy. But I'm not going to shit all over the game. The game, I think, is optimized pretty well. The spawn points are actually pretty good. I enjoy the spawn points. Actually, you know what I mean? You just don't randomly spawn all over the place. I'm not sure what the fuck you're talking about. I played about 4 or 5 hours of the game. I didn't run into that issue whatsoever. Like other Call of Duties, you play, you spawn, and someone will be right behind you and clip you. That is not happening here. Typically, when you spawn, you're spawning at your spawn point. And they've done a good job with spawn points. Your other complaints about the old maps where they modified it, where you can't do what you used to do. Okay, and you get good. You figure out how you figure out the meta of the game, Phil, and you play it that way, and you win. It's just like your complaint with Street Fighter when you sit there and you complain about pattern flow cami or whatever. Learn the meta. Learn the meta. Learn how to play every map, and get good. It's that simple, man. I mean, I don't know why you have such difficulty playing these games and why you need to fucking complain about everything. You're just not that good, Phil. I'm sorry. You're really not. And this is coming from someone who isn't the greatest player, but I'm way better at Call of Duty than Phil is. But I won't sit here and blame the devs and blame everyone else. It's just I'm not that good. Or yeah, I'm 50. I'm getting old as fuck, and my reflexes are slow. And it's going to be difficult to beat a 15-year-old who has the reflexes of a cat. But you just accept it and you move the fuck on. His biggest issue is he was upset he barely hit the goal on the night stream. He had to be on for over an hour doing overtime just to hit the 150 goal. Some dent got sick and tired of him begging for nearly 45 minutes and gave him like a $40 super chat just to shut him the fuck up and tell him just to go to bed. It was that pathetic. So I expect maybe another 2 or 3 more playthroughs of this. And he's going to wage quit it. He's going to say, oh, I hate the game. I hate the meta. But what it is he just hates that he has to sit there and do overtime to hit the goal. You know, he'll move this to night stream and then just wage quit it, essentially. He'll give it the Battlefront 6 treatment. And while I'm not the biggest fan of the cartoony style Call of Duties, this one isn't too bad. This one isn't that bad. I'll put in like 3 or 4 months into playing it. I'll level up. I'll prestige multiple times, and then I'll move on to the next game. Just like I do with pretty much all Call of Duties anyway. Alrighty, folks, but that's the video. Hope you enjoy it. My apologies for the audio on the first video. Hopefully this one will work much better. Peace out, everyone.